Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 23rd of September, comes to you from the south of France. And we start by looking at crude oil. Very interesting this morning. It's hitting that 76.50 level, and that is a clear resistance level. If we can break higher than that, then we sort of negate this lower high. We still have a potential lower high until we break the 77.80 level, but for the moment we are struggling at this level, which was the previous level we sold off at. So we're not out of the woods in terms of that lower high, lower low, but it is looking like from the targets that we will go higher, and so the crude oil picture outlook is looking better. We'll come back and look at the energy mix. There's a lot of news about energy lately, of course. We start by looking at the US dollar. Continuing its run higher. Big jump there yesterday on Fed comments, but pulled back most of that, but still looking bullish, just pushing towards a higher high. That means the euro is still weak below the dollar, so hitting cloud resistance there on the 60-minute chart. Sterling sitting at 136.60, still bearish against that stronger dollar. And if we look at it against the euro, has been weaker this week against the euro as well. Bitcoin is at $44,000, looking better for a recovery here, bounced right on cloud support, so that's looking pretty good. The S&P 500 index was up 1% yesterday, so a bit of recovery there, but still short-term bearish, although we did find cloud support there as well. The S&P future is showing us that we will be up another 0.2% this morning, so that's looking good for the open for US markets, and the same with the Nasdaq, up by a similar amount, back into short-term bullish there. That means the VIX volatility is falling away, back into short-term bearish territory almost. So we're seeing markets fear receding. And if we look at the FTSE futures, up 0.5%, the DAX in Germany up 1%. Not quite enough to get us back into bull territory there, but still showing quite strong support on that 15,000 level there on the DAX, so that's quite key there. If we look at that, we definitely managed to get above that level, so that's pretty interesting there. The CAC 40 is up nearly 1%, and Japan fell a further 1%, so we have seen quite a fall off this week for Japan, not enough yet to take us into short-term bearish territory, but weak all the same. Hang Seng is up 1%, the Evergrande shares jumping some 20%, has helped there. And China is up 1/3%. The Sensex in India are up 1.4%, powering ahead, pushing all the way towards its target, some 50% higher. And the Aussie market was up 1% as well. Soft commodities looking relatively good. Wheat up nearly 1%, back into short-term bullish territory and starting to look better there. If we look at gold, we're still sitting at 1760s levels, so it is short-term bullish, but we really do need to break this resistance level at about 1830. Silver also just looking weaker there, and platinum and palladium recovering there. On palladium up 2%, but that's really within trend. Short-term bullish there, but we still do have a bit of a worrying chart. We may be just on the cusp of finding some support on the longer-term weekly cloud. US 10-year yield sitting at 1.33%. A little bit of volatility yesterday on Fed comments, but still holding the 130s, and these upside up targets are activated, of course. Taking a look at the energy mix now, we've got Brent Crude, as we just said. This is really quite key, this pattern here on Brent, the lower high and then the lower low. So what we're now waiting for is can we break this? And we do have targets pushing that way. We've got 1 to 77 on the 1-minute chart. We've got good targets now on the 60-minute chart, so it does look like the upside potential is there. If we look at US nat gas, where it's $4.76, and if we look at coal, we're at 127, so recovering after some wobbles there, but still looking strong above the cloud. Emissions still looking relatively weak, down 2% this week and today, and still weak this week. So long term still bullish, but short term we are seeing some downward pressure. So if you're trading emissions, keep an eye on these 1-minute charts. They're absolutely critical there. NBP down a further 5% this morning, so UK gas actually falling there, so that's quite key. And if we look at TTF, much the same picture, we're falling away here. very much a triangle pattern building on TTF. That's going to be quite key, just seeing that which way this is going to break, and this is building up as we speak. So looking quite bullish. We do have downside targets here, some 2% lower, so that's certainly something to watch for on the 1-minute chart. This is where the picture will change the most. Here we see the picture for global gas markets. We're really seeing European gas just still holding the gain there against US gas and LNG. If we take a look at German power, we are sitting still above 100 euros, but down 1% this morning. Similarly, a pattern building here for a break, and that's going to be quite key, is which way we'll break out of this triangle. So next week is going to be very interesting for these markets to see how we come out of these patterns. We take a look at Nordic Power, we're down 3% on the cow, and big falls yesterday on the quarterly. We are turning bearish there. Last of all, UK Power, been in the news, of course, a lot, sitting at 180, so we're really holding these levels. No clear signs yet that UK Power is falling away. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.